If you're a series veteran like me, I don't see how you couldn't at least have fun with the first mainline Metroid Prime game in 18 years. So, with all that in mind, I happily give Metroid Prime 4 Beyond a score of...
Let's be honest, Prime 4 sucked. It was out for a month and people have already forgotten about it. The biggest highlights of the game was Miles McKenzie, for God's sake.
He knows people, he knows people. Miles. Yeah, I know, pal. That's crazy. That's crazy again?
What's crazy about this is that people are seeing the errors, they're seeing the issues, and then they're going, okay, I got the problems. And then they're just dropping it.
Probably the most egregious thing is the music thing that's locked to an amiibo. There's only a couple tracks. That is just scummy. You know what would be even better if it were free and a part of the game? Then whatever you read was rage bait. It unlocks in the game. You just got it earlier with the amiibo. Wait, rage bait surrounding Metroid Prime 4? The things surrounding this game that have been discussed and, you know, reposted and like the game of telephone has made this sound like a disaster. It's really not. No. What? Is there a post-credits? If that's sequel bait, they did a bad job because I really don't care. So that's the ending, aside from a 100% scene. Abysmal dog shit.
It's interesting that your gut knows that something's wrong, that there's plenty of issues. But it's just rage bait. Push it away. Just ignore it. It's fine, guys. It's okay. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. What?
Overall, has a lot of problems. Again, highs and lows, but I think it's a little bit overhated.
No, the hate's justified. You're allowed to be disappointed, especially when your expectations have been ruined. It's not fair on you as a customer, as a consumer, to be betrayed like this. It's fine to express disappointment, and if it manifests as hatred, that's also fair.
I'd give it a shaky recommendation, but I'll probably never replay it, and I'm not sure I want a Prime 5 if this is the direction Retro continues in. And with a clean slate next time, maybe they can right the ship. But this one got far off the mark.
Go, go, go! Move, move!
My brain says it's a 6, but my biased heart says it's an 8. So I'll leave it at 7.
So this is the type of thing, not meaning just the individual here. There's a general vibe that people are having. The gut is telling them something is wrong, and yet they're being too lenient. They're not happy to express disappointment with whatever it is. In the first clip, you can tell the guy says he doesn't want to play this game. He's not going to play it again. He wouldn't recommend it. And yet he gives it an 8. His personal bias is an 8. And then the conclusion is a 7. So an 8 by that definition is a game that you wouldn't recommend, you wouldn't replay. That's the qualifier for an 8. So bear with me for a second. A 10 out of 10 would be something that's beyond, right? That's like, it's the creme of the creme, best thing ever. And then that's why we put things in the 9 or the 8s, because you can't ever hit perfection. 10 out of 10s are hard, but we will give it to those that deserve it. But I'd say a 5 out of 10 is more, it's functional. If it's below a 5, you wouldn't ever touch a 5, right? If you're never going to play it again, if you don't recommend it, if you don't want it, it's got to be below a 5, because it doesn't function as its intended use. If people are actively saying, don't play this, or I don't want to play this, then it's failed as its own product. Dirt is edible. Does that mean you should consume it? No. Just because you can consume something doesn't mean that you should.
Personally, I would have been okay with another delay if it meant a better product. Come on, Metroid fans are used to waiting anyway, right? I know, I don't speak for all Metroid fans, but what's another year or two?
It's been 18 years. It was 7 years since it was announced. More time isn't going to solve this. I'm sorry, I'll be frank. No hate on any of the creators in this video, I just want to preface this now. But more time in the oven won't work for this. That argument just doesn't hold up anymore, I'm sorry. What we need is accountability and responsibility for those that have done these decisions.
But was it disappointing for me when you compare it to the standards of the Metroid Prime trilogy? Beyond a shadow of doubt. If you want my most honest answer possible, I was ultimately pretty disappointed with this game. I'm gonna go play it again on hard mode, and I'm gonna try to 100% the game as well. I think it's a good game.
Define good. That's the issue. The crux of this argument is like, what is good? And people become so lax now. They've in order to consider good, we have to consider what is bad. And in order to do that, we have to have credibility. We have to have standards, sincerity. This game generally lacks sincerity, but it's not just the game, it's entertainment as a whole stroke. Look, it's unfortunate that one of my favorite franchises of all time, and a game that came out in 2001, Metroid Prime, it did like, was it 95? Somewhere around that. 95 out of 100. And yet, look at it now. The same franchise isn't treated with respect, integrity, anything. The fact that they were happy to release it in this state shows that there's a lack of care somewhere. And it's not due to a lack of polish, because on a technical level, the game's fine. This was an issue with the design, the direction. Look, as our boy Reggie would say,
if it's not fun, why bother?
And since Reggie and Iwata have stopped being in control of Nintendo, things have gotten worse. Just look at how everything is trying to imitate Breath of the Wild's open worldness. Nintendo has this strange obsession with just trying to force it into everything. You've got this game with the shrines and the open desert. You've got Mario Kart World, and in that as well, they've got the little mini-games, the blue buttons, and the coins you can collect. And then you've got in Donkey Kong as well, you've now got your own shrines in that too. Everything's got that sort of vibe now. The reason why they're doing this is because they saw such a success from Breath of the Wild. They believe that if they applied that logic to every IP, that will make the IP more successful. When in fact all it's doing is destroying the uniqueness of all of these IPs. In turn, destroying these games and making future games become bland, stale, just uninteresting because they're just not trying for anything anymore. It's just a lack of care or passion. Why try when you can just play safe and people will buy the same formula?
What? Is that the end? That's really the end. I need Metroid Prime 5 now.
Now, I wish this was a situation just like Metroid Dread, where we had a passionate team like Mercury's Steam who really cared for it. Bringing 2D Metroid into the modern era, factoring in things like sequence breaking by intentional design. This sort of stuff was great, yet Prime 4 was the polar opposite. Now, I'm going to bring up a couple issues that I feel like need addressing. Those being the writing of the game. The writing team has already seen some controversy, and those behind it are definitely questionable, but that's not what I'm wanting to look at. If anything, it's Kensuke Tanabe, and he's the guy that did all the scan logs for this game. So if you want to complain for why is there so much needless scanning, that's him. But it's not just that. Now, I might be wrong, so I'll preface this now, but as far as I'm aware, I believe he's been the one that's been pushing for more involvement from NPCs. And this was back in Prime 3, he was pushing for the Federation Force to have a bigger impact in the Metroid series. And it seems that this bled through into Metroid Prime 4's production too.
Perhaps what you require to access the Federation landing site in the east is not on this planet. In front of you is the entrance to the closest area with a
I hate you. I hate you. Stop talking.
So the shift from Bandai Namco's production over to Retro Studio and then blaming the story as a carryover, I don't blame it on Bandai. I think it's entirely Tanabe's fault and his direction that's guided the game to what it is. Because let's be real, the technical side, the game isn't faulted. It's the design. And on a quick side note, I've just found out upon research that over 20 studios had involvement in this game's production. There's definitely an issue with developer interference or producer and corporate interference into this game's cycle. And it's not just Prime, this is an issue with the industry as a whole. This is getting absurd. Well, let's have a look at the writing we got.
It's really you. I don't even know what to say. Is this a new suit? Look, she's doing Morphball.
Yeah, I see it. Oh, yeah.
I wish my suit could do that. Maybe I could get her autograph.
Jesus fucking Christ.
How about we avoid any standing water? Those things seem pretty territorial. Samus, there's something interesting over there. You sure we don't need to use that? Oh! Miss Aaron? Hey! Hey, Samus Aaron! Stop coming out! Oh!
Wow, so my building is perfectly safe?
No, it's the worst building I've seen in my entire life, and you failed miserably. But that... that was funny shit.
Let's go over some other issues. Got the boring, linear, empty level design. You got a circle, straight line, descending straight line, then go back the way you came, multiple straight lines, something different, nope, straight line, and then...
Yeah, it's back the way you came.
The narrative's unfocused, multiple plot lines are just... Ugh. Take the overall story. Samus is tasked with saving a Federation base. Everyone dies. Samus plants a tree. Ancient mystery, aliens with a galactic teleporter technology, goes extinct due to resource issues. The game's just bad. Like, you can't defend it, and it's really upsetting. We could go over the other narrative issues with the game, but there's no point.
Oh, it's nice of him to leave his tail here so I can stand on it.
Or how a screeching sound effect plays whenever the Grievers are on screen.
What's happening down there?
I forgot to talk about the mandatory crystal farming.
Crash, Coco, you forgot to bring the crystal out of that level.
You collected enough green energy crystals? Maybe you should return to Fury Green and offer those green energy crystals to the altar.
Silux's entire character and lack of plot meaning. Hang on.
Cortex's minions are searching for it as we speak.
Honestly, I'm done. I'm not even going into explaining more. This has been painful enough just trying to go over it. I truly do not want you to endure the pain that is Metroid Prime 4 and its issues. So I feel like I've made enough of a point on how bad Metroid Prime 4 is, how it does have plenty of issues, but then I want to bring it back to my main point here. Which is, as a community, you can accept that things are bad. It is fine to criticize these things. And in fact, if you feel hate, you can in fact be justified in feeling hate. Sure, don't be a dick about it. But normally when you feel hate, it's because you've been betrayed or you've been deceived or something where you've been disrespected on such a level that it's been unfair. I'd say this is one such case. And it's such a pity that this game came out and it's already dead. We were waiting years for a sequel, we were waiting 18 years, and this is a genre, a franchise that kickstarted so much. Metroidvanias are a staple name, and this game does not live up to that. This game was treated with such shallowness, such an unfaithful care to it. It's frankly disgusting, and when it first came out, it was quite depressing, it was quite demoralizing. And yet this is happening to every franchise you love, every franchise you care about, and this isn't me trying to doom you, no. This is me to say, stick up for it. Say, enough is enough, and stop buying this stuff. Start saying no, and if you want to make your own content, sure. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing with this video, and I'm wanting to do more now. So I thank Metroid Prime 4 for this. But it comes to a point where you've really got to say, enough is enough. I'm done with this, and it's unacceptable, and you have to let them know that. So, to conclude, people are okay to express disappointment. People are okay to say things are bad. Sure, people can enjoy bad things, but I'm okay to go, this game sucks, and it's fine to call it out. Hey, thank you so much for your time. Really hope you enjoyed this, and I'd like to say, genuinely, thank you. And I hope I see you in the next one. Take care.